Well, you know what they say about the best laid plans? We're back a little bit early for this next episode of Bottom to the Top because the Europa League fixtures have been released. And welcome back, everyone, to episode number 47. It is Bottom to the Top. I am Mr. Cellophane. How are you? And our 8 fixtures for the league phase of the UEFA Europa League have been released. And honestly, it's kind of a doozy. We kick things off in just about 2 weeks from where we are in game right now. On the road in Sweden against Djurgården IF. Then we travel to Poland for Legia a week later, before we take on the team that is probably going to destroy us, the favorites to win the competition, Manchester United. At least we're making them come to Istanbul. We're taking them on at home before we go back out on the road against Linzer ASK in Austria. Back-to-back home matches then against Vitesse and Genk before we travel to Germany to take on Bayer Leverkusen. We then end up at home against FC Midtjylland. Hopefully, the matches that aren't against Man U, Linzer, and Bayer Leverkusen, we do pretty well because I really want to move on to the knockouts. Which means we have a ton of fixtures coming up, 5 in the first 2 weeks and change of the month of September, running the gamut of difficulty from newly promoted to defending champions. And we will be back shortly. Djurgården's IF, our first European match on the docket. And on the eve of our first European match, so far so good in the league. We are 4 matches into the season. We remain undefeated, currently sitting in 3rd place on goal difference alone. We do have a match coming up against Adana Demirspor, which will be a nice little test. We followed up the 3-0 win over Quorum FK with a 2-1 victory on the road against newly promoted Bolyaspor. And that's the only goal that has been given up by Meyer so far this year in the league season. That's right, 4 matches, 1 goal conceded, 3 clean sheets, because we followed up that match with a 2-0 victory over Trabzonspor, who were actually at the top of the table at the time. Obviously, they are not now. We've actually been up to a little bit of transfer business as well. We finally found a suitor for Eren Öztürk, the 19-year-old. He just too much value to pass up. $3 million from AZ. He's going off to the Netherlands. Godspeed, son. So you may wonder, what are we going to do with that money? Well, we've already spent a good chunk of it. 1.6 million euros for the 23-year-old Turkish right back Hamza Baran Arakan. He is coming to us from Adana Demirspor. He already had a goal and 2 assists in his appearances with them. We are very glad to have him here. He is at the top of our depth chart at right back, which does mean that Adam Anderson is going to be moving over to the left-hand side. Yes, it displaces Umut Khan. It's something that Umut Khan is just going to have to live with. As a nice added bonus, we were able to get everybody registered for the European squad in time as well. Now, Yusuf Insi is still rehabbing from his injury. It looks like he's going to be the first one of our attacking midfielders back. Don't want to risk him in this match, though, so he is still going to be out of the match day squad. It's going to be Meyer in goal, a back 4 of Anderson, Adem Amenda, and Hamza Baran. Ohan Siddiqui, Ali Khan making up the midfield, with Behlul and Suleiman starting on the attack, with Boubacar Traore as the man in the middle in the striker position. Leading the line, leading the team. We are favored to win. Frankly, that's a nice welcome change to where we were when we were still playing in the Champions League. And we are hoping for nothing but good things as we are attacking our first of 8 guaranteed matches in the UEFA Europa League. We do know in this league phase that we have Manchester United on the horizon. They are the consensus pick to win this competition. There are a couple of matches down the road in a later episode, probably the next one, to be honest with you. Right now, we are on the road in Sweden taking on Djurgården IF. 68 degrees, partly sunny skies in front of 25,000 fans at the Tele2 Arena, and a final third throw-in for the home team. Bergvall into the middle. Suleiman almost coming back. That one's going to be blocked. Sar will track it down along the baseline. Bergvall across. Kobol with a drive, and he's going to miss everything wide. Meyer diving for it. Does not need to get his hands on it. But a early opportunity for Djurgården's 2 shots apiece as we have played just about 25 minutes of this first half. Started off, things were going our way. But again, 2 shots, neither of them hit the target. 0.02 XG. We must do better. Maybe a little bit of nerves going on here. As long as I think we can escape from these road matches with points, that will make me happy. 2 minutes to go in the half. Long throw in. Adem will play it back for Siddiqui. Finds Amenda along the outside of the box. Onan. Siddiqui to Adem. Orhan. Gonna get that name right one of these days. Anderson, we are kind of jammed up in the middle. They've got a high defensive line. We obviously play a very narrow system. Thrown forward though, Traore is in. Traore is going to shoot, and he is going to miss the target. Boubacar Traore cannot miss those shots. Open net, beating the goalkeeper with 10 yards of space in front of him. We must do better. And that is basically the message of our halftime team talk. Yeah, we're doing all right, but we can do so much better. We've proven it in the league. We are undefeated through 34 matches. Who knows what's going to happen, but we're definitely challenging for the top of the table. We need to take care of business in Europe, especially when we are outside of Turkey. Djurgården controlling the play with about 30 minutes and change left to go. Ben Bouali, he's going to shoot from long, 25 yards out. And that one, when it comes down from orbit, we'll let you know. Long throw in from Siddiqui. Outside of the box, Amenda across Traore. And again, Traore missing the target. You know what? I think that's shown me all that I need to see from Boubacar Traore today. Today is just not his day. Mustafa Demirci is in. Belul in the middle. Orhan Nahirsi, his first goal of the year off of the set piece. Another assist for Belul. It's 1-0 Kasımpaşa. Finally, we are on the board in the Europa League. We don't have to win by 3-4 goals. 1-0, I'm fine with that. Djurgården again with control. Phil bringing it up the far side into the middle, looking for Sar. Hamza Baran plays it away. Ali Khan now to Mustafa. He's got Suleiman turning it back. Mustafa carrying it forward. He's got men with him to his left. Mustafa is in. Mustafa shoots, and Mustafa scores his second goal of the season. 2-0 Kasımpaşa. And now we have grabbed the reins of this match, and we have silenced the 25,000 Swedish fans in attendance. Mustafa Demirci coming on, taking care of business that Boubacar Traore could not. Now, Mustafa, we did receive 2 offers for him right after the registration window closed for Europa League. Now, the Turkish transfer window does remain open. Dre Siddiqui has picked up a knock. We've let him go on for way too long. Oğuzhan Yılmaz is going to come in. Sabishi will make way for Almazbekov. Belul for Kampolat Shelik. And Orhan has played very well. Evan Laidler is going to take his place as we make our 5 changes. The Turkish transfer window is still open, but if we had sold Mustafa, that would have left us with really only Boubacar Traore and a couple of youngsters in the striker position, and we did not want to be in that spot for European football. So even though we got, not a ton of money up front. We were getting like 3 million up front, but offers that would have equaled like 11 million, we still turned them down because we knew that even if we could replace him with a suitable player, with a superstar player, even though he's got a ton of potential, we wouldn't have been able to do it for the Europa League for this year. And right now, that is where our focus is. On Europe, on the Turkish League. The Cup, they want us to make the quarterfinals, but frankly, we have enough competitions to keep track of. 2-0 to open up our Europa League play. Djurgården's going down at home. Quick top four clash over the weekend led to a 1-1 draw away at Adana Demirspor. So we are back on the road in Europe. In Warsaw, it's Legia Warsaw currently in 31st place in the Europa League. And we're going to be rotating our squad just a little bit for this match. Again, 5 matches in just 2 weeks. Meyer's going to remain in goal. Adem is going to shift over to our left back. It's going to be Joseph and Amenda in the middle with Hamza Baran on the right-hand side. Orhan and Siddiqui will be behind Ali Khan in the midfield. Suleiman coming in to give a little bit of a rest spell to Balul Aydin. Also Kampalat Shalik. We promised him more playing time. He did score the lone goal against the Adana Demirspor, so he's making his second consecutive start. And Mustafa Demirci is back leading the line. He was the hero of our last Europa League match, so hopefully he can replicate the feat today. We find ourselves in excellent form because we are still undefeated outside of, Champions League play. So since we started in the Sport Toto Super League, we have not yet lost, hoping to keep that streak going against Legia Warsaw in Poland. It's Kasımpaşa and Legia Warsaw ready to do battle in the Europa League. Decided again to just do away with the music. We played it the one time. We don't need to do it each and every time. As much as I love the Europa League and Europa Conference League music, it can get to be a little much. And then it makes the rest of the episode feel kind of empty because it doesn't have that same level of underscoring, which is pretty cool. Free kick, Diakite blocked, knocked away by Siddiqui, but the whistle is going to blow. The referee is pointing to the spot. Siddiqui is probably going to be found guilty of a penalty-worthy infringement, and that is not how we wanted to get things underway here in Poland. VAR called the referee over. They have checked. No penalty. That's how we want to get things started. It's going to actually be a free kick for Kasımpaşa. In the first 30 minutes, we have 5 shots on goal. They've got 2, and we control it in the midfield. Orhan playing it to Suleiman along the left-hand side, at least the left-hand side of that narrow lane of the midfield we like to operate in. Adem playing catch with Joseph before throwing it forward. He's got Suleiman in the box, into the middle. Mustafa, 3rd goal of the year, 2nd consecutive European match with a goal for Demirci. It's 1-0 Kasımpaşa. I mean, aside from Boubacar Traore in the last match of this episode, I mean, we square it up into the middle. We are going to hit the back of the net. And it feels like I am dumping on Boubacar Traore and that he is now persona non grata to me. That actually is not the case. I still love Boubacar Traore, but I am going to run with the hot hand. And right now, that hot hand is Mustafa Demirci. Legia is going to make one change. It looks like they're actually bringing in a B team player, so I don't feel so bad about rotating my squad for this match in Europe, because it sure looks like Legia Warsaw is throwing in the towel. I mean, they lost their first match. Actually, Legia Warsaw and Djurgårdens are the 2 teams at the bottom of the table, but the turnover in our end, which is defensed quite nicely as it's played forward. Shalik to Suleiman. Runs into a little bit of traffic. Shalik, Siddiqui, touch pass up for Ali Khan. Across for Orhan. Ahead, Suleiman can't catch up to that. Kamis playing it back to Jacquet, who will receive the return pass. Mitsta, think that's how you pronounce his name. I don't know. The goalkeeper sending it forward. Wesley finds Diakite, back for Wesley, moving it toward the outside. Mendil back for Wesley in the middle. Sills, he's got Diakite, touch pass. Atalvaro, 3rd time's the charm, actually gets the ball in the box, puts it past Meyer. We are equal at 1 if the goal is allowed, but it will not be. They have called it off. Otavaro was quite offside. It looked closer when they drew the lines, but he was obviously offside in that position. But it's not going to stop Burnish from bringing it up, passing it in for Sills. Edge of the box, knocked away from a dem. Burnish with it again, moving it to his left. He'll shoot, and he will have it tipped over. Meyer getting his gloves on it. Out into the stands. It will be a corner kick for Legia Warsaw. 20 minutes remaining in this match. Ali Khan has picked up a bit of a knock, so we are going to bring Belul in his place. Is he really the best option for that position? We're actually going to move him up, and he'll replace Kampalat Shelik. Ogashan is going to come in and be our advanced playmaker. Also, Orhan, while having a semi-decent game, Evan Laidler is going to take his position. He's feeling a bit aggressive. We're worried that he's going to do something really, really bad that is going to cost us in this match. Will we make the changes? Yeah, before the corner kick? Absolutely. Triple change for Kasımpaşa with just over 20 minutes left to go. Are they going to take the corner kick? Weird camera angle with those changes made, so any day now. Oh, good. No highlight. That's my favorite kind of highlight. A non-highlight. But a final third throw in for Legia Warsaw. Lete for Lucas. Knocked away by Belul, but Lucas will regain control. Fed across, back post. He finds Sleaze. And Sleaze with his third goal of the season. I'm pretty sure he is going to be deemed onside. And that wasn't good, because I thought Belul making a good defensive play was going to actually free things up. And he challenged Lucas the second time, but Sleaze is able to find an open position on the back post. And Legia Warsaw has come back to equalize at 1. We're actually going to go more attacking, because up until the last couple of minutes, we have pretty much been dominating this match. But only a couple of minutes remain here to go. Legia's clawed their way all the way up to 28th. This will drop us into 9th if the score holds at 1, and it looks like it is going to as the full-time whistle blows. 13-9, your shots on goal. We narrowly beat them on the XG battle, but unfortunately, Bartosz Sleaze, 75 minutes in, was able to find the equalizer on the back post. Legia Warsaw 1, Kasımpaşa 1. We do remain undefeated in Europa League play, however. 2 away matches as well. Our next one at home, though, gonna be just a little bit tougher. And you'll be shocked to find out that's where we're coming back for the next episode. We are playing host to Manchester United. That's right. Top 4 Premier League side is coming to Istanbul to take on our little team. We're also going to square off on the road in the league against Konyaspor before our European action continues again in the month of November. Thank you very much for joining me today. I appreciate it. Make sure you like and subscribe, and we'll see you tomorrow. Until then, bye-bye.